G'day guys, Josh here. Hope you guys having a great day so far. Welcome back to the State of Economy for, well, Sunday, and this time maintenance isn't screwing me over, so we're having a good day so far. We're having a good day so far. Now, with State of the Economy so far, basically, throughout the week, we've been seeing some Vykas 3k, Valtan's gone down to 800, and Argos has gone down 1.3k. Basically, the market is just inflating itself as well, as you may have noticed that the honing mats are going up as well. But either way, so basically, guys, as well, State of the Economy, there may be some delays, maybe not this weekend, but the weekend after, because I'll be moving on to play some Wrath Lich King for a bit. So State of the Economy could be a bit delayed, and some of my Lost Art content on YouTube could be a bit delayed as well. And I'll be probably extending out to Wrath Lich King as well, trying to do some, little guides there, little guides on Lost Ark, and as much as my, time permits, because, if you guys don't know, I do work full-time as a financial advisor, and, it can get in the way, obviously, get in the way a lot of the times as well. But either way, that's a quick intro. Hope you guys have a great day. Great weekend, obviously, great Sunday. You guys have been out and about. I've been out to the local farmer market, got some bananas, and, met a lot of people there as well. And I recommend you guys all do the same. Make sure you do spend some time away from the game and not spending 14 hours on it a day. Basically, love your family, love your friends, stuff like that as well. I know that sounds sappy, but let's get into the meat and potatoes. I don't think you guys need me to tell you that. Basically, let's go to the busters right away. So the busters, the Vykas bust, I've been seeing a few of them sell for 3.5k, 4k. Vykas busters have gone down slightly, but I'm going to say overall, still fairly profitable if you want to go for it. Valtan busters, you can see here, basically 1.2k, 1.1k. It's even less than Argos at this point. Now let's get to the ancient dungeons as well. You gotta be very, very careful with these. Basically 400, 300, 200G, sometimes free carry no book. You gotta be very, very careful with these as well. Is that people like China's gold farmers, you can see here, will offer 1.1k, and you gotta be very, very careful because you could get banned and stuff like that. I've highlighted this in many of my previous ones, but you gotta be very, very careful on this as well. Now let's get to Argos. Let's see how Argos is going at the moment. Argos, you can see here, 1000G is dropped substantially, okay? And I gotta say right now, could be a bit of a steal doing some Argoses. As I said, I did say this before, like it'll get to a point where there's oversupply of Argos busters and stuff like that as well. And I can imagine the Argos busters could go up in price when Clown comes out, given that people will be losing their 2.7k on their mains, and they'll try to find some way to recoup it. Obviously after doing Clown, of course. But those are the kind of things with the bust at the moment. With the busters as well, be careful of the Abyss dungeons. But overall, basically bust prices are going down as, the supply goes up. And obviously you see, of course, the demand of a carry goes down as people learn the fights overall. Now let's go to the Mario store. The Mario store, I gotta say right now, it's been ridiculous every single region. And I can only imagine US West is going crazy as well, because I feel like it's going crazy in US West. Because 2.6k now, okay, 2.6k. And I've said this before, that this would most likely kill the game is when more than one character is needed, like one character of weeklies is needed to pay the bill. Now overall, I'm gonna say right now, like basically I've got 4 characters in Legion raids, all characters in Argos, of course, 2 characters in Abyss dungeons, and you're just basically sitting there being like I've got to pay, let's just say for example, like my ult where I get 2.2k and then 2.7k, my Argos 4.9k. And it's like, man, I gotta pay my entire character's month gold that I get just to get a crystalline aura. And then people can be like, oh, I'm gonna use real life money. Some people can be like, okay, that's it for me. I'll just go play WoW instead because there's new games coming out. And this is the big turning point as well. Now, the main reason why this is occurring is that nobody is using royal crystals to purchase gold. Everyone's purchasing skins and selling it for gold in the market. So basically, the midpoint, which is between royal crystals and blue crystals, no one's buying them. So basically, the prices of the royal crystals will go up, and it basically they just follow the skin market, where the skin market will be just above the royal crystal price. And pretty much it's only going to go up until people start quitting, and then basically go back down again because people won't be buying. And it'll be the opposite scenario where there's an oversupply of royal crystals, but no one actually buying it, so, it'll just go down a bit. That's the eventual, what's going to happen to it overall. Now, overall, you'd be like, okay, so gold inflation, it's crazy in this game. And it is crazy in this game. I mean, everyone knows it, everyone's seen it. Now, let's get to the honing mats, okay? So let's get to the leap stones first of all. And I gotta say right now, the leap stones, they're going up in price. These are doubled in price, okay? Now, it's probably better to do Yoho. 65G. A lot of people trying to get their ults up for Cackle Sidon, or getting the ults up into Legion raids. So there's one little look here. Now, pouches. Let's see how the pouches are going so far. Now, I did say Honor Shards would overtake Life Shards, but Life Shards have just gone crazy. Like, 790G? Gold inflation, indeed. And also, look at that. Honor Shards have just spruiked up too. Pretty much at this point, if you got like a map, and you got a group that will dedicate doing maps, you got a bit of a bounty here. Now, tier 1 maps are falling out of favor as well. Basically, it's stuck at 287. Maybe could be worth using those rift pieces for tier 3 figures. But I gotta say against it, given that to buy one tier 3 map, you can buy 2 tier 1 maps and basically get the same price. It's actually at the midpoint at the moment, where it's like, hey, yeah, maybe I'll just buy the tier 1 maps instead. Now, it's might get to a midpoint where it's like, hey, I might just buy the tier 3 map instead, because the tier 3 map, as you can see here, if you get a legendary one, it's 590G and you're running off to the races. Now, let's get up to the Guardian Stone. I gotta say right now, I could have influenced this price as well, because I bought a lot of Guardian Stones. And the Guardian Stones price has gone up to 2. It's slowly getting back to it, but I gotta say the big one is gonna be here, because a lot of people who are leveling are DPS. And what do DPS need to level up? The weapon, and that's gone up to 14. Used to be 15, 14, 15. That's increased quite a bit. In fact, to get my weapon up to 17, it cost about 20k. But anyways, that's pretty much, it with the normal honing mats. We'll go to the fusion material as well. The fusion material, I've got to say, it's really stayed steady at 10G. Like, it'll just fluctuate between 9 and 10G. So I probably don't expect much fluctuation at all on these things, because it's just like, what are you going to do? Now, you can see here, the carp's gone down to 12G. The excavation, 37, and make 58. I gotta say right now, if you want to get some mats for fusion materials, fishing is the way to go. But I gotta say, if you want to get feasts and stuff like that, you need to get the thick meat, and that's actually pretty expensive at the moment. Now, the support mats, which we're going to get into the Solars. Now, the Solar Grace, I gotta say, these have been going up as well. Solar Grace have doubled in price. Solar Blessings have gone up by about 50G, and Solar Protections have doubled in price as well. So, swap the odd one out, which is the Solar Blessings. And yeah, like, they're inflating a lot. And I did mention this as well, that, some people have to mention as well, that inflation is probably going to kill the game, because when a lot of new people come into the game, they're going to have to splurge money, and people can be like, I'm not going to splurge money. But at the same time, if they want to progress to, they'll always be behind, essentially, as well, despite the amount of catch-up mechanics that Smilegate are introducing to try and help them out. Now, I think that is it for honing mats. It is indeed it. Now, let's check the HP pots on food. I expect this to be going up as well. Even the battle consumables are going up. So it's gone up to 31G. We can check the fish mats as well. That was an accidental me taking a screenshot, just in case you guys hurt your ears there. That is my bad. But you can see your food's gone up slightly as well. Now, I've got to say, I've been seeing, destruction bombs steadily go up. As you can see here, 49G for a destruction bomb. Time stopped going up as well. And that's because people begin to run out of the free bags, the free bags of crates and stuff like that you got. And you're able to, get bombs out of it. People starting to run out of those. And then they're going to have to make it their own stronghold, or they're going to buy one to make sure they can do the boss all together. And yeah, that's pretty much it on the consumables end. Just remember the consumables, or you may have to buy consumables or use your crates to buy consumables a bit later as well. Now, we're just getting into the engravings as well. Now, the engravings, I've got to say, like, rare engravings have been the ones that have been, going up in price. You can see here, like, for some of them, like 200. For Sight Focus, which I'm going to say right now is a bit interesting. But you can see here, like, a few of the top end ones are going for 115G and stuff like that. Despite the weekly Abyssal Dungeon and the Event Guardian raids, where you can get 5 of these for pretty cheap. So I'm actually a bit surprised that this is going up. Now, the epic ones, like I say, the epic ones are going to be super cheap regardless, because they just drop non-stop. And I think probably only the higher ones are probably the combat ones, as you can see here. Now, legendary, I'm going to say, these are the ones that are getting hit a lot by the inflation, okay? They're getting hit by a lot. I mean, Desperate Salvation is absolutely ridiculous, okay? Absolutely ridiculous. 28k? But you can see here, the class engravings are the ones that are just going absolutely bonkers. It's because it's very hard to get class engravings on your gear, because the person has to be your class, and it has to be a good secondary. And the chances of that is a lot lower than having 2 battle engravings and a stat. Also, not to mention it's going to be a stat as well. And you can see here, Grudge has just gone down. Like, Grudge is worse than a few other specs now as well. And I gotta say right now, if you want to pick up Grudge, you probably should do so on US West. Like, Grudge is probably a very, very good pickup, because you can apply it to multiple different characters as well. And, I'm thinking about doing it as well. Like, my next few gold runs is just going to be purchasing Grudge. And as you can see here, a few of the other ones that, aren't so great with the engravings. Actually, I gotta say, Berserker's technique is actually really good as well. So if you're a Berserker, you may want to pick that one up as well. That's pretty cheap. And you can see here that pretty much the dead specs. Their classings are very, very cheap. As you can see here, like, True Courage. I'm surprised I don't see Enhanced Weapon. Did I miss Enhanced Weapon from Deadeye? There we go. I got those for 800G each. I'm so happy that I did. Like, honestly, I'm so, so happy. Now let's check the skin market overall. So the skin market, well, you can't have a legendary skin. Hello? So skin market overall. Skin market's basically a replacement for the Royal Crystal. So you can see here, like, a lot of people have got these sets that are selling them at the moment, and they're just buying them off the Mari store and then putting up in their AH because it's worth a lot more to do so. So you can see here, like, you got all these sets of Royal Crystal bought, and they're very, very cheap as well. Now with pets, I wouldn't imagine seeing a legendary pet in AH because I don't think you can do here as well. Same story as I'm going to say here. They just use Royal Crystals to purchase these, put them up on the market. Some people may purchase these as well because they don't have these pets. And it also gives them more pets they can use for the pet ranch and stuff like that as well. To basically, get infinite cookies that they can use to grow their pets basically as well, to get a legendary pet with a good ability. Next up, we're going to go to the AH itself. We're going to go to gems. Gem market, everyone has said at a gem market, the gem market can spike at any time, really. Like, it's a market that will spike, okay? Like, it won't be really stable. But you can see here, they've gone up by about 2.5k. So generally, that one's the cheapest. And I gotta say right now, I wouldn't be surprised people will bid war on this towards the end of its time left. But you can see here, it's gone up slightly. It's gone up to 23k, 24k. And I think this is due to a lot of people wanting to make sure to have legendary gems for Clown to get as much cheap as you can. Because people are going to ask for 5x free and then level 7 gems and then, complete card sets, which is needed for, obviously, Clown. And that's going to be very difficult for a lot of people. It's very, very difficult for a lot of people. Now let's get into the accessory market. And accessory market, to be fair though, do I really want to, just go ham into it? Probably not. Given the fact there's 2,082 pages of people trying to sell stuff, this probably is even worse. Now, as I said before, basically class engravings are going to be super duper expensive. I mean, we'll use my Deadeye one again. I know it's an old hat, me using my Deadeye again, but, it just ascertains, it just tells you, how ridiculous prices can be with just, let's just say just basic. Well, this one's even good one as well. You can see here, just basic engravings is just super expensive. I can even just get it out of enhanced weapon and keep specialization. You can see how ridiculous the price gets when you get a good secondary. I mean, basically Shadow Blades have the same issue. I mean, look at the good secondary here. This one's not even best in slot. This is free, and someone's trying to sell for 75k. And it gets a bit ridiculous, as you can see here. Someone trying to sell Preemptive Strike. Why would a Deadeye need that? Jeez, that's a bit out there. But yeah, some people trying to sell +5 enhanced weapon or +3 enhanced weapon, stuff like that, for absolutely ridiculous prices. And this is the case for a lot of, a lot of classes. I mean, we gotta go to the Shadow Blade or Shadow Hunter, as I said before, and go to Demonic Impulse and basically Demonic Impulse at any stat. And of course, there's a lot of Shadow Blades, but if you just put the buyout price, differently, and you can see here, some of their stuff is quite expensive for a good secondary as well. Actually, can't find it, but 55k, okay, maybe I was over-exaggerating here for Demonic Impulse, okay, maybe I was over-exaggerating a bit, but we can check the Sorceress out as well. Sorceress got the same issue, where basically, I think it's Igniter, is just ridiculously expensive, can be ridiculously expensive. So I'm just trying to fix this up to show you, see here, Ignited Adrenaline, Ignited All Out Attack, you can see all this here that's super duper expensive. And basically, they're not even putting a buyout price. They just want to bid war for it to get as much as they can. And this is just led by, as I said before, it's just led by because you purely can't get on Ability Stone. Only the classes that you have can get it and stuff like that. And it's just ridiculous. There may be some changes in the future, but I highly doubt it. Now, I've got to say right now, the most expensive one I've seen of these has been Adrenaline and Grudge, but there could be other ones that could be very expensive. There could be other ones that could be very expensive. Adrenaline Grudge is the most expensive thing. It goes up from 1.1k with Ability Stones. Ability Stones are going to say the best battle engravings are going to be the most expensive, okay? And you are going to spending a lot of Fions on it, and you'll be spending a lot of gold on it as well, okay? So if you want to get a good Ability Stone, you'll be spending a lot of Fions, which means gold, obviously, and you'll be spending a lot of gold in particular overall. And yeah, that's going to say right now, overall, that's pretty much it. I won't really talk about Tripod Armor. The reason why I won't talk about Tripod Armor at all is that it's buy it at your own risk, okay? I still recommend just grinding Chaos Dungeons out to get tripod armor. Not every day, but, you know, as I said before in a previous video, just every 2 days or so. But either way, you're eventually going to get your level 4 tripods. If you don't, like, it's not the end of the world. You're eventually going to get those through research and stuff like that, where you're going to be basically perfect and good to go. People are going to start raising that market as well. Like, you're going to be noticing, like, a lot of it's going to go up incredibly. Like, it's going to go up incredibly. Like, you'll see, like, Deadeye tripods and stuff like that just go up incredibly. The main reason why is that basically at this point, people are suspecting that the Korean changes with the tripods is going to come out of Clown. So any ones that, you know, that are very, very good are going to be super duper expensive, okay? Super duper. I mean, 1.1k here as well for, like, one of the best +4s as well. Some people may grab them and put them in the library. Some people are just going to hang on to them. Well, not hang on to them, but just, you know, be like, hey, I can get this a bit later. And that's pretty much it. Ending thoughts for today. Ending thoughts going to say right now is that with Lost Ark, just keep doing your weeklies, just keep getting your gold. If you get any good pieces, put them on the market, see what they sell for, and that's pretty much it. I think this is going to be the point. If you're 1490 already, you can probably start honing your main already to 1505, or I think it is 1505 for Belshazzar. You know, probably a good idea to do so. Or actually, no, it's all 21. Okay, let me just double check. It's all 21 you want to hone for, which I believe is 1520 or 1505. So you want to try to hone to all 20 at the 21 at the moment. Okay, that's your main goal, to hone to all 21. Main reason why is that you want to be able to do Belshazzar's first 4 bosses and then have enough honing mats to get to 1520 and then upgrade one piece at a time. Basically, per week with Belshazzar, you upgrade one piece to the next level. And all your free Legion gates are going to be Belshazzar's. Going to be Gate 1 or 2, Gate 3 or 4, Gate 5 and 6. And you won't be doing Valtan, Vykas, and Clown much longer. And that's probably going to be your main aim, essentially. Your main aim is going to be get Belshazzar ready for December, and then basically just park your tune at 1505 and just accumulate mats. And that's pretty much it. Anyways, guys, if you guys enjoy Standard Economy, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.